right, I am so excited to be here with the cast of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've been needing to talk to y'all for a good while because season 4, was it just me or was that epic? Was that an epic season?
Yes.
Slightly.
It was epic.
It was epic. So what made this season, season 4, what made it so much more epic than the other ones or darker? What was going on in this season compared to the other ones?
More Natalia.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even got your darker. Definitely made it darker. And you got your own spin-off, Slingshot, right? Congratulations on that. And your series regular.
Yay.
Oh! Well, that's awesome. So Clark, so you are the heart of the show, I would say.
Really?
Well, yeah, you pulled together not only this
I
team.
think Ming is the heart of the show.
Well, you bring the troops together, right?
Okay,
Right.
thank you. We'll
And
go with
you
that.
brought the
Yeah.
Avengers together. You brought Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. together.
Yeah.
How do you do it? Because you're leading to some crazy places, and now we're going into space. Like, what's Coulson's magic?
You know, I would have to say that really the writers do it.
Okay.
Because with an incredible amount of guts, they make a season that has 3 separate seasons in
Yeah.
it. It's Ghost Rider, LMDs, the framework, and it's our most successful season ever. And then boom, they tear it all apart,
Yeah.
start over, and suddenly we're in space
Yeah.
dealing with forces you might recognize from the Marvel Universe. Some of them are blue.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on or where we are. And so somebody has to pull it together. I feel like he's got a pretty spectacular team where
Yeah.
they tend to give him the benefit of the doubt maybe more often than they should. And, you know, you look around at the incredible team he's assembled
Yeah.
from these guys and Daisy, Simmons, Fitz. I wouldn't mess with us.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I feel safe right now, so thank you right here. Mac, Henry, let's talk about you. You broke my heart all over this season. So you lost your daughter twice, right?
Yes.
How were you able, what pulled you out of there? What was that last thing to pull you out of there, out of the framework?
The love of Yo-Yo.
Oh, the love of
yeah.
Yo-Yo.
Oh my
Did she win?
Oh.
You went over there?
But
Like a yo-yo?
well, just like a yo-yo, meta. But here's the thing: is anybody ever really gonna be happy? I mean, do we think that's gonna happen?
The life of a superhero.
The life of the superhero, yeah.
The life of a superhero.
Right, yeah.
Well, right now, you know we're in space.
Whoa!
Space.
Anyway,
Yeah. So anything can
how
happen.
happy can you be in space?
Well, that's what. You know what? And I have this thing like, are you allowed to be happy because you're superheroes and you're saving the world? Think about that one.
You know, our job is tough.
It's
It has
tough.
a real emotional
Yeah.
toll. And we don't get to form really normal families.
Right.
But I gotta say, we've become a real family of
You
our
really are,
own. And
yeah.
I definitely think there's some moments where we kind of look at each other like, seriously,
Yeah.
now this?
And you get
That's,
that.
We're gonna fight that?
Yeah.
And it's just our weird job. And
Yeah.
I think we find a lot of laughs, and we find a lot of ways to feel the love.
Sure. Yeah.
But, you know, I don't think people really want to tune into the one where we're like,
Yay,
go out
we're
and
just
get an
skipping.
hamburger
Yeah.
and tell jokes.
Well, you did get a hamburger for a minute, and then that got
Right.
crushed to the
Yeah.
end, right? I was
See,
like, look at
see what happens? I mean, we try to eat, we try to do something normal, and
that's even out there.
No.
So speaking of normal, a lot of things that were not normal, you had a very interesting arc this season. We saw LMD May, we saw Hydra May, we saw Souped Up Adrenaline May, which was my favorite.
Oh.
Which one was your favorite to play around with, and what one would you want to go back to?
I mean, I always like to be the real May.
Yeah.
But it was, it was, you know, wonderful to be able to have all these challenges. And I think what was so great about doing the framework
Yeah.
is that it brought all our characters into another sort of mental state.
Sure.
But instead of it just being a dream and you can forget about it, it still, I think, haunts each of our characters.
Yeah.
And it takes, you know, there's a lot of residual
Sure.
effects and guilt of being like Hydra May.
Oh.
So, but I kind of enjoyed being a, you know, the
Right.
bad,
And I gotta
bad
say,
May.
the performance she did as LMD May, who was the one LMD
That was aware.
that was self-aware
Yeah.
and had May memories and didn't know she was an LMD,
Yeah.
and gave her this strange two personalities fighting against each other. One of whom had enough regular May that she recognized that
Yeah.
Coulson wasn't himself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Saved everyone
from
else.
that
And
moment he
yet,
walked
wait,
through
let's
the
not
door.
forget the kiss, though.
Yeah, can we talk about the kiss heard around the world?
Linda.
And you finding out
Yeah.
about that kiss, and I love how Coulson was trying to keep it a secret and keep it very, you know. Will there be another shared bottle of whiskey in the future, do we think?
At this point, I think we've moved beyond the whiskey.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa!
hell
All right.
no.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Okay.
Well, and Colson, he kissed the LMD, and it was a really effective, skillful LMD, but he just could tell it wasn't the
he
same magic
knew.
as the real thing.
That's kind of really beautiful.
That's right.
And that makes me frightened because anytime it gets really beautiful, things get gutted. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
oh man, yeah. And so, do you see this future with you and Mac? You're gonna continue going forward?
I hope so.
You hope so.
Yeah,
Wow.
There's a
definitely.
lot of love.
Yeah, I
There's
think
lots to
so.
explore.
I see
Yeah.
this.
His heart is broken, and you can just get right in there.
Exactly.
Piece of pack
Everyone
together,
wants to
yeah.
see their children.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
Well,
yes.
there we are. Well,
Hey.
fantastic.
Hey,
I want to
hey.
meet our
Whoa,
children.
okay, not that
too.
kind of show. You want to see the little babies there too.
Yeah.
This is going in a different direction
Yeah.
than I thought it would. Well, on that note,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, the next generation.
Well, there it is. Let's get to the writer's room right now. Well, on that note, let's send you guys off to the writer's room to work on that. And my heart still needs mending. I want to talk to more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If only I could make them appear. Are you wondering what I'm doing? I'm using my inhuman
Just
power.
kidding. Yeah.
So-
Whoa! Oh
I
my gosh!
was-
I just
I'm
made
sorry.
I just made the other cast of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. appear with my inhuman powers. That's not the magic of TV at all. It's
Oh my
actual my
God.
superpowers.
It is,
well,
yeah.
welcome. Let's get into it. So I have a question
Can
for
we
y'all.
talk about this first?
Yeah,
this
no,
season?
we'll
Have we
try.
featured this
Yeah.
I
yet?
knew you were coming.
It's
We're gonna get- I knew you
shimmying
were
on
coming.
its
I
own.
wanted to dress up for y'all.
And
Yeah.
you did,
'Cause
and you
Also, the
delivered.
headset
we're
too.
just
The
winging
headset
it,
is
right?
everything.
A little bit of a microphone.
You're
get
like
a little
Britney.
singing.
Britney.
Yeah. Well, you could do an
Oh my
impression.
God.
I'll do your
But
Britney
you
impression.
do
I
it.
hate
You
What?
do it.
your Britney.
Baby.
Ian hates
Wait,
it.
real
No.
talk, real
It's
talk
like-
here.
It's
Real
fantastic.
talk,
It's
real
good.
talk.
That's fine.
So, last season.
Oh, like real
Oh
talk.
yeah,
right,
real
right,
talk.
right,
I want to talk about the
Get
shows.
to-
then we'll
get
over
to
it.
work.
So,
Comment.
real talk. So, what do you think? So, you mentioned once upon a time, that the theme of last season was dealing with sort of like oppressed folks, sort of mirroring real life conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say that this season's sort of themes are, either as like a show as a whole or individual characters? I told you it's gonna be hard hitting.
Yeah,
We're not
that was
joking around
hard.
today. You asked for it.
Yeah, I think the writers did such a good job last year with kind of weaving in themes.
Dreams, yeah.
Dreams.
What's the word now?
Weaving in
Themes
dreams.
that have kind of been pulled from the headlines and kind of giving an interesting narrative to that in a way that I think in a very creative way.
Yeah.
This season is a lot different.
Yeah.
We are in space.
Yeah.
Space.
Well,
Space.
I'll say on season 4, what are the themes from season 4 that they were pulling out from real life, because it's about everybody waking up, getting woke or something.
I mean, I think season 4 in my mind was 3 kind of mini
Yeah.
seasons,
Yeah.
a little series. So I think everyone kind of had different things. I think the framework definitely pulled a lot from this alternate reality of what happens when
You're brainwashed
when you're brainwashed and you're not fed the right information. What happens when people at the top don't give you the right information?
Interesting.
And I
Yeah.
think they touch on that in a really interesting way. But there's also, I think, in terms of inhuman stuff, it's about belonging, and it's about there's people who are different, and some people don't like when people are different.
Yeah,
And
there's that fear that comes in from the folks that are different.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I love about, what Marvel's able to do is be able to touch on those themes without being so on the nose. So you can
Right.
start creating those things of empathy for people and realizing oh, I'm going to be nicer to people who are different because this is what I see.
They do such a great job of effortlessly kind of throwing
Yeah.
that in there in a very organic way.
Yeah.
And showing the journeys of different opinions and why someone might be informed that way and how we can get to an understanding in the end.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Can I also just say what we're all thinking in the room here? Ian Fitz created a lot of trouble. Wow, we were all on the same page
Yeah.
there. Nutty.
But you know what? He looked so
Okay,
he looked
well,
so good while he was creating that
he
trouble.
did,
You
he
were
did.
bad, but you looked good.
But you look good doing it, and that's
Yeah,
what matters.
that is.
So do you think that you're going to be able to, for one, Fitz is going to be everybody eyes on Fitz?
I'm just so interested to what you're going to
So
say.
it's okay. This is part of your Jedi mind trick right here, right here. Do you think that everyone's gonna be able to forgive Fitz? Don't be nervous. You got this. Eyes right here. Do you think everyone, or as a group, do you all think that you're gonna be able to forgive Fitz for what he did? So open up to the group, or do you think that you're gonna get forgiveness,
I'm
or
gonna
you're gonna forgive
I'm gonna
yourself?
let Ian answer that.
Yeah.
Good, because I want to.
Do you think you're gonna
Go.
be able to?
You
Or
go,
will they
baby.
be able to forgive you? Yeah, I'm ready for your answer. Give it to me.
So,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay, good answer. All right, good. Well, we'll just tune in. But Gemma, you got really good with shooting this season, right? You're like
oh my
point
gosh,
on.
I know.
Like super point
Every
on.
different time.
Like,
I
oh
know,
my gosh.
I know.
Do you think that the things that happened with you being in season 3, trapped on this planet all by yourself, except for the really cute guy who ended up dying, do you think that those events like help prep you for being such a bad Mama Jamma up in season 4?
Mama Jamma.
Yeah, I thought you liked
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
You a bad Mama Jamma.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that before. I like that word.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
my word of the week.
Take that one back home.
What
There we
does it
go.
say exactly?
Once all together.
Spell it.
Bad
Bad
Mama
Jamma.
Jamma.
There we
You
go.
have to like
Context for me, I'll
bounce.
spell it. No.
Gemma
Me,
is a
I
bad
was a
Mama
bad
Jamma.
Mama Jamma.
So-
Mama Jamma. I think so. What draws Simmons to the edge is like anything really to do with Fitz. I mean,
Oh.
she just wanted to shoot that girl because that girl got her man. you
Right,
know?
yeah, and it's not an accident that you were ended up dead in the framework. Like Ada knew what she was doing. She was like, "And Gemma's dead in this world, right?"
And
To try
guess
to-
what?
So
Yeah,
smart,
just
yeah.
Rose from the
was
grave.
It's not happening.
No,
yeah.
she was not having it.
So Chloe, with you,
Mama
so
Jamma.
I feel that with Daisy, aka Quake, aka Sky,
Very
aka all the
secrets.
names, right?
Yes.
I feel like with your character, there's always like fighting for the oppressed, right? So do you feel like you're drawing some of your own personal experiences to bring that passion to Quake?
Definitely. What I love about what Mo and Jed and Jeff and what they do with Daisy is, and what was so close for me is that they didn't have to make her an Asian American character, and they not only did, but they explored that. And
Yeah.
they showed my mom, and it was a
Yes.
big part of season 2 of her finding out who she was. And I think she then, she's always just wanted to belong
Yeah.
somewhere from the beginning. And then when she kind of finds her S.H.I.E.L.D. family, and then her family within the Inhumans, I think the statement that rings true throughout the entire series for Daisy is something I said in my audition scene, which is, with great power comes a lot of weird crap that you are not prepared to deal with. And that quote that I said to Mike is just kind of something that I think Daisy could relate to throughout everything that she's been through. That's kind of her theme throughout this entire journey.
And you've been like our roadmap through this entire journey, and also to see, a diverse, Asian American woman going through that story. And one thing I love about the show so much is like the diversity, like so many strong female characters. You have LGBT characters. It just like that's America to me, and like everyone's able to connect to that. So thank you all so much for
Thank
the
you so
important work
much.
that you do.
Aw,
Should we
thank
do like a
you.
team like 1,
Yeah,
2,
two,
3?
Mama
Jamma! Mama Jamma!
Mama
Yes.
Jamma.
Learning something
Mama
new.
Jamma.
You'll work on it. Work on it.
Mamba job.
No, it's
Jamba juice. Jamba juice.
Jamba Juice.
close. Close.
Medium milk and pajamas.
Yeah,
Something like that.
and we're good.